Nomads. Con todos vosotros, Pablo.
Muchas gracias, thanks a lot. Thank you for coming at this not early moment in the morning. And I will want to explain you how was my life the last 3 years that I was living towards 3 continents, more than 50 countries. And that's allowed me to live in first person different and several situations that allows me to speak with property about this project that is called Blockchain for Nomads, and I want to share with you how is the project, what is the situation of the project, and what will be the next steps. The concept of digital nomads, I think that more of us know about it. It is a concept that wants to show how these new professional profiles and this new kind of style of living we have now in the world, people who work with their knowledge and with technology, so they don't need to fix it on a place, they don't need to fit it on a boss, just have customers, have people who deal with and to work with. And that was my background is about innovation consulting. I own my own firm, Creative Ego Innovation. And during the last 15 years, I've been made several projects. And 5-6 years ago, I decided to not be just in one place. Here in Spain, I decided to meet new people, to meet new countries, to meet the technology that I think that will change how we relate in business, that is blockchain. I met blockchain first time, of course, in 2008 with the paper of Satoshi. I didn't invest in Bitcoin. I didn't really believe in Bitcoin as an investor asset. I believe more in the technology. And then in 2014, I went to a trip to Central America, and that changed my point of view about a lot of things that can be done in that countries with this attitude that is not only me. Those are some figures about what is about the concept of digital nomads, about what kinds of professions or what kinds of jobs you can have, and how it is moving a new economy that it generates an income month between 1K and 5K. And that's only by yourself, without any kind of a structure, just you, your computer, and your network. And this is an important fact. Also, we will take in consideration this figure of how many digital nomads will be in the world in 10 years. We are talking about 1 billion with B of digital nomads. We can make a comparison with Libra. So we can see that there is a huge market here, there is a huge space for opportunities, and that it's quite distributed in the world. Asia, because as an emerging area, got the most number of digital nomads, but we are quite distributed in the world. That allows you not only work abroad, it owns you, or it permits you to travel and to meet people and to live from conference to conference, or to live from place to place you want to visit. So during these 3 years, I lived different situations in Africa, Europe, and America that I resumed in 3 blocks. We are talking about blockchain, we can say blocks. In first block, it's the problems about your passport, your identity. Not all the countries has the same rules. I remember one time that I need to make a few stays in Miami. All the, we can say fucking here, all the fucking papers that you have to fill that you have to address, the reference that you have to give, and like me, that you have a name called Pablo Lopez. They think that there are so many Pablo Lopez in the world, so always ask me, who am I? And you have to explain all your life several times and each point of control. And that's not funny, and that makes you the decision to not stay in the United States whilst they keep having these kinds of rules or these kinds of laws. Also, you have the situation in Cabo Verde, Africa, that you arrive with 55 degrees, 90% of humidity, and you have to wait for 3 hours just to give your passport and to give the visa, even when you are European and you have it slowly, you have it faster. But this is not as an onboarding on a country or as a first contact in a country, this is not funny. It makes you a bad impression. Okay, then you can meet great people. Cabo Verde, I love it. But the first contact is not always fun. And then you have the problem of the time to expire your passport. There are so many countries that if you are 6 months to expire your passport, they didn't allow you to enter the country. So you need to come back to your country or to go to an embassy to renew the passport, to give you a special passport and a special permit on, okay, I have to give permission, or I have to solicit your permission to enter to a country. I don't really feel comfortable like that. So this is a big problem for the digital nomads, for the people who are used to move from one country to another. Another one block is concerned about your health and how to deal with your health in different countries. One of them, because they don't have enough resources, okay, you understand, and you have to adapt to the situation. But in another country you have resources, but you have to pay a lot for these resources. And you don't have another kind of insurance, okay, you can have a global insurance, travel insurance, that you have to pay for it, or if you pay with Visa or MasterCard, they give you a little insurance for these kinds of situation, but the situation is not to get into the health services. The problem is when you arrive to the health services and you want to give them information about your historical data, or if you have any kind of allergic, or if you have passed any ill, you don't have this info. They don't have access to your info. Well, even if you are in the same country, you don't have this info shared between different places. So this is a big problem of time, of cost, and of course of healthy, because they sometimes give you medicines or give you treatments that they don't feel okay with you. So it's not a good situation, and you always are in a situation, or you feel like you are not safe. If you have any ill, you are like praying all the time that no, I don't want to get ill, I don't want to be ill because I have to go to this doctor and I don't know what's going to happen. So these are other talks about health. And then of course the problem of the money. Okay, we talk a lot about it, but not only the problem of the money, of what kind of coin do you use. I mean, you are working around the world and you earn money when you work. So how do you receive the money? Where do you receive the money? How is the taxes in different countries, even when you are passing or not? And this is also a big problem that we suffered, and me personally, in the last 3 years. So, having the problems, having the situation, and living the situations, my mindset is to solve problems of today and design the future. So I try to solve the problems. Okay, I'm here after 3 years, and now I want to design the future for these digital nomads, for me, digital nomads, and I found that blockchain can help us. First of all, the problem of the identity or the passport. Okay, we got the digital identity. We talk about this several times. We even have a sovereign identity. And for people like me who wants to make things easy, I don't need to develop another digital ID. There are companies, even here are companies that got this service. So for me, that is a piece of a puzzle, and I contact with them to develop this item of the platform that I want to build. So the digital ID with your signature, with your files, with your communication, you have this need, and we have different countries different companies or different projects or different startups that have a solution to that. So I'm gonna get him, okay? I'm gonna get him to build my project. The second fact is the registration of digital evidence for medical historical records, for example, or all the records that you want to save during your travels, even photos, videos, documents, all the info that you want to keep safe and you want to keep on that not being modified, you can use blockchain. In that case, I have a partner in Peru that's called Stamping, that we can take this service. So in this platform, to the problem of my medical data, we have the platform, or we have the way to save it, to save the data. We still have the problem if in a country they can give your data or they want to give your data. Okay, this is another problem. But we have a platform, or we have a blockchain to solve it. All your evidence, and I mean what kinds of contracts, what kind of invoice, what kind of documents or papers or whatever, data that you want to keep with you. And the last problem of the money, we all know quite well exchanges, different coins, okay, that's enough. But I had a really big problem about about the earns and about how do you deal with that. For that, I built a smart contract called Conf chain. That is a smart contract that allows you to keep in a smart contract your business relations in different kinds of the world, because it's all safe in a smart contract. You have the two parts in the contract. You can register your contract digitally with the evidence and then execute it on Conf chain, that it will be linked with the different items or different ethos of the project that will allow you to give your earns and to keep your earns safe in your wallet or wherever you want. These kinds of services also are linked with the different tax policies of each country. So in the smart contract, you can register the different tax in types that each country has, even your own residence taxes. Well, in this situation, I should say that Estonia, at the last of the years, will give the digital nomad residence. Okay, for the people who are traveling around the world, I think that they only say to you that you must stay at least three months in Estonia, but the rest of the time you can be traveling and you can be working and you can have your residence and your taxes there. Okay, so this is something interesting to the people who are moving, and also something interesting to so many countries that wants to develop new kinds of people or new kinds of population, or they want to not keep alone and to stay alone. So this is a service that is working, and it's, of course, it's around it about the platform of this use case that is not a use case because it's working, but this platform of blockchain for nomads will allow you to manage. So, in which situation we are? We have opportunity detected, we have small pieces, we have so many people that tasted. So the old thinking of business will let you to find which is the best country to launch your ICO, to finance or to invest in your country. But there are so many people like me that believes more in customers than in ICOs, in ICOs. The best way to demonstrate if something works is not on a white paper, it's more with a real customer. And now I have a real customer, still I cannot say the name, but it has more than 2 million people moving around their hotels that wants to give this service to their clients, their customers and they are digital nomads. So in this stage, we are developing the platform to this customer. This customer, it will be a kind of master node for the open platform, and we will open the platform not only for the digital nomads, also for the other nomads, and the other nomads are the people who are not deciding or are not taking the decision to be nomad by themselves. If not, they are taking the decision because political problems, war problems, hunger or whatever. So the project has this scope, and to fix all the pieces, it is supposed to be on the next year a global hackathon between the different places where I live and where I have my little communities. I mean in Cabo Verde, I mean in Morocco, I mean in Estonia, UK, Netherlands, Belgium, France, Spain, Portugal, Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica. Not United States, because I don't want to be there. So I want to organize a global hackathon just to put the technologies that I found with different startups that I was meeting during my travels, and in this hackathon we'll interoperate all the technologies in just one platform, and this will be where the project Digital Nomad, it will be online. And it will be online for this customer who will be supporting with the money to develop it, and then we will open to it. And this is not enough. We've got a little other thing in the mind, and it's that. This is a little device, this one, that allows you to collect data, geospatial data, and then we will improve it with another kind of data about temperature, humidity, or whatever. And this data that you collect, you will put it in the platform, and you will receive a token when this data it will be used. So it is a way to earn incomes to support your travels or to support wherever. And this will be the next step with this little device, a noisy device too. We need to improve it. And with that, we want to make it a complete circle of living, working, traveling, and earning money too. So, how to become a digital data, a digital nomad? It will be the three. It will be the challenge to send to people. It will be the challenge to people who is not working now, who wants to focus their life on a point, that tell them that there is a way in this kind of life, there is a way in this kind of work, and you need to prepare first. There are several professions or several jobs that are quite linked to this. I mean digital jobs, I mean programmers, designers, marketers, also services around it. In these 3 years, I met so many people living from the ICOs. That's why I really don't like the ICOs. I was participating in several ones. That in the ICOs, you always need a marketer, you always need a designer, you always need a programmer. So these people move around it. And that's all for that time. Thank you very much for this time with you. I try to make it shortly to not be out of the program with the rest of the people. If you want to make some question now, I totally agree with that. Or if not, we'll have all the morning to talk about this project, about the weather, or about how to change the world with blockchains. Thank you very much for your time. And the lights on. So this is the signal that I have to take down. Or if you want to make some questions now, or do you prefer to make it before?
I'm very interested about your device. So is this something proprietary or
Yeah.
something that you developed yourself?
I developed with Gringo's team.
Yeah.
They are based in California. They developed the device. The first purpose of the device is to create a new geospatial system of reference. We know that GPS is making great fails, and the technology allow us, and please don't think bad about me, but my life is like that. You now can have a nano satellite with 500 Ks, and you have these geospatial devices to set your own network on your own place where you want to share data, out of the GPS, out of the internet, out of those technologies. So you can make your own world about it. And the most important thing of that is that you can have the control of the data, and you can give 100% security that if someone uses your data, you will receive something for that. And no one will be using your data without your permission, and of course no one will be earning money without your permission with your data. This is the point of the using the device. Also to generate you incomes, to can travel, to can work, to can study, or to want eat or whatever.
Is it a patent already?
Still patent pending. I can give you reference of the team. You can talk with them. It's called XYO Network. You can find them on internet. And I'm working with them now I'm working with them trying to give them the nanosatellite and then develop the pointers, the devices, and to improve the devices with not only geospatial data, and then with data about yourself, about what you're doing, about how do you feel the environment around you. So in order to achieve the global sustainability development, you can generate a community of observers and actors to that.
That's exactly where I want to go into.
I know.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, this is. I think yesterday we talked 3 or 4 times about the Objetivos de Desarrollo Sostenible, Global Sustainable Development, and it will make the focus, for me, make the focus on the projects that are involved. I mean, I got 2 little kids, and not only for me, also for them. I want to give a better world and safe world to live. Just only I want to live and be happy. Okay, I like business too. So not only to change the world, I want to change the world and make richer, but two things can be linked, and digital nomad can be linked with that. So, Alex, good morning. Thank you very much, my friend.
Thanks a lot. All the way.
Also, I'm very happy. I live in Panama most of the time of the year, but my mother is from a little town close to here with no more than 10 people population. And yesterday, after the dinner, I arrived to the little town, and all the people went to my house to give me eggs, to give me fruit, to give me.
Typical.
And I slept 8 hours without any stops. That's great for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pablo. Pablo is also very involved with the community in Galicia. He's part of ACALBID, that is like the Galician Blockchain Association. And this time, last year it couldn't be, but this time they are joining, this collective that we have in the north that is formed by Santander, Euskadi, Asturias, León, and now Galicia. that is called Innovation, and the objective is like this, like make things happening in places that are not supposed to have this kind of things happening, blockchain startup. So we thought that if we are able to connect these communities that are geographically near, we could like maybe compete with all that innovation hubs that they are like much more like big, like Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia, blah blah blah. But we are also near, so if you have like a networking point or a common point of sharing and doing things together, that advantage can be replicated, and we are happy to welcome Galicia to complete all the north in this venture.
All this venture, and we got a lot of talent, and we have a really great environment to attract digital nomads also to come here to work. So we can develop a really change maker community here.
Yeah.
That's the point. Thank you, Alex.
Great. Thanks to you, Pablo.
Thanks to all.
Thanks a lot. Now we're starting.